It's 7:45 a.m. I got 10 minutes to get out the door, and I'm about to use this grinder completely wrong, on purpose. This is a Stile from Rancilio. Touchscreen, programmable dosing, and grinds straight into the portafilter. And I don't use any of that. But somehow, it's still the best upgrade I've made to my busy morning routine. Real quick, before we get into it, you might notice I'm wearing a roasted road tee. This is only one of 50. So if you want one, you better get it now, because once these are gone, they're gone forever. Details are in the description. And full disclosure, this grinder is on loan from Hufford. I'll be sending it back to them, and every word of this review is mine. There is a Hufford link in the description that gives you 5% off your order. It helps you, and it helps the channel. So why get a grinder with high-end features and then not use them? Here's the thing. I utilize the features that fit my workflow. I like finding balance between speed and ritual. On the ritual side of things, I grind straight into the blind shaker and weigh each dose. The Stile doses by time, not weight. I watch the seconds climb as it grinds. Each second gets me closer to my desired dose. I could program it to stop after a set number of seconds, or I could stop it myself. Either way, it counts seconds, not grams. And I use grams to maintain shot consistency. Furthermore, the grams you get per second can drift based on variables like bean density, roast level, how full the hopper is, and the roast date. All that factors into how many grams you get per second. Therefore, 11 seconds on Monday won't always weigh the same as 11 seconds on Friday. That's why I weigh as I go. Look, whether coffee is a passionate hobby or a full-blown obsession, sometimes we forget that it's a simple pleasure. Ritual is for those days off when we slow way down. We pull out our secret stash of beans, we weigh them carefully, we go through the whole process to pull a shot and actually enjoy the thing we love. But survival? Survival is Tuesday morning when you hit the snooze button too many times. Your mind is rushing out the door before your feet even hit the floor, and all you want is a good cup of coffee before the day beats you up. That's who this review is for. People with jobs, families, responsibilities, and mornings that don't care about your espresso. The Stile is ideal for the busy espresso lover who doesn't always have time for the morning ritual, but always wants a good cup of coffee. And every once in a while, I pull a perfect shot while running out the door. And when that happens, it's a little morning miracle that says, today might be a good day. Now I have to address the hopper, because I know somewhere along the way, the home barista community decided that hoppers were evil and single dosing was the only path to enlightenment. And look, I get it. Single dosing is incredible for so many different reasons, and that's another video. But we need to be careful with extremes and absolute thinking, because it's simple. Instead of grabbing the bag, opening it up, scooping out the beans, weighing them, spraying them, and after all that, finally grinding them, single dosing adds several steps when what I need is speed. With this, I simply push a button, boom, done. Therefore, I'm willing to accept the trade-offs of a hopper, especially when I'm in survival mode. Now I know what you're thinking. If he really wants maximum speed, he could just skip the blind shaker entirely, dial in a timed dose, grind straight into the portafilter, hands-free. And that's true. But again, balance. Life is all about balance. I simply enjoy using the blind shaker. What can I say? We're all complicated creatures, and there's no one perfect way. Alright, let's talk about who this grinder is for. Simply put, if you relate to the reasons I love it, then you'll love it too. After spending a month with the Stile, I would love to have one in my morning lineup. Too bad I'm sending it back. These 58mm flat burrs pair perfectly with medium to dark roast. Think classic espresso. Balanced, sweet, syrupy. That's what I want in my morning latte. Perfecto. I know for some of us the question is, can I swap in different burrs? Honestly, I'm not sure. Not all 58mm burrs are created equal. Thickness, screw pattern, and clearance all need to line up, but I wasn't able to confirm that anyone has successfully swapped out the Stile stock burrs for aftermarket burrs, so treat this like it might be possible, but not proven. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see a video or a live stream where I attempt to swap out the stock burrs for aftermarket burrs. If I get enough people saying do it, then I'll do it. Moving on. For a hopper-fed grinder, I love that it's quiet, compact, and has low retention. Now let me talk to the people I think this might not be for. If you're a dedicated single doser, then this probably isn't your grinder, and that's okay. But if you're still watching, thanks for sticking around. Just know I played around with single dosing on this thing, and it felt like asking my Honda to be a Ferrari. It's just not what it was built for. Yeah. Furthermore, if you want to bounce between espresso and filter coffee every morning, it could be done, but it's not ideal. I think this is pick a lane and stick with it. I picked espresso. Lastly, Rancilio lists the Stile OD at $7.49. At that price point, there's definitely competition. Look, I'm not trying to nitpick. It does what it does, and it does it well. This grinder wasn't built for zero retention, single dosing, and bouncing between filter and espresso every morning. If we're spending serious money on an espresso machine, then we need to spend some serious money on a good grinder. And this is a good grinder. This is a good grinder for my weekday rushing out the door mornings. I'll leave you with this. The most important feature on this grinder is not the touchscreen, the programmable dosing, or that it grinds straight into the portafilter. It's the time it hands back to me every morning, even if I'm using it improperly on purpose. And if you're interested in where espresso is headed next, check out this video right here on the future of espresso. I'll see you in the next video. Remember, explore, learn, and brew together.